Welcome to the Sand Science Experience podcast, where we explore the latest and most exciting papers and preprints in science. If you find value in these deep dives, please do take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It really helps support the Sand Science Experience. Okay, let's unpack this. Our deep dive today delves into a really fascinating new study titled Spermidine is Essential for Fasting-Mediated Autophagy and Longevity.
Yeah, this one's interesting. For years, we've known that fasting, caloric restriction or intermittent fasting, can have these profound health impacts. It seems to extend lifespan across, all sorts of different species.
Right.
But the how has always been a bit murky, you could say. This paper, though, it gives us some crucial mechanistic details, reveals a surprising and really vital connection that seems to mediate these benefits. So our mission for you, the listener, is to kind of extract this breakthrough insight and, understand what it might mean.
That's a fantastic setup. Because,
Sure.
we've all heard the buzz, right? Caloric restriction, intermittent fasting. They've consistently shown they can prolong lifespan, health span in everything from, tiny yeast and fruit flies all the way up to mice. And even showing promising signs in human studies. It almost feels like our bodies have this built-in longevity switch that fasting just flips on.
Exactly. And what's really groundbreaking here is how the researchers pinpointed a specific key player, spermidine.
Spermidine. Okay.
Now, spermidine is a natural polyamine. Think of polyamines as these essential organic compounds. You find them in all living cells, and they're crucial for things like cell growth, division, lots of vital functions.
Right.
Spermidine, specifically, it was already known to boost autophagy. That's basically your cell's internal cleanup and recycling crew.
The cellular housekeeping.
Precisely. And it's even been linked to protecting against age-related stuff like cardiovascular disease, neurodegenerative diseases.
Okay, so we knew spermidine was generally good, but the fasting link, that's the new piece.
That's where it gets really interesting. This study clearly shows that spermidine levels, they naturally increase when organisms fast.
Oh, wow.
And they saw this consistently across the board in yeast, fruit flies, mice. And importantly, in human volunteers, too, who were undergoing different fasting regimens.
So it's conserved across species, then?
It appears so. And it wasn't just a tiny bump. In humans, for example, serum spermidine levels went up by about 50% after just 4 or 5 days of fasting and stayed elevated.
50%, that's substantial. So how does this connect back to the longevity effects? What's the mechanism?
Right, so connecting the dots.
Mm-hmm.
The paper reveals this critical mechanism for why the increase is so important. Spermidine seems to mediate these longevity effects, partly by inducing that autophagy, the cleanup process we mentioned, and crucially, by modifying a specific protein. It's called EIF5A. And this modification process, it has a technical name, hypusination.
Hypusination. Okay, that sounds specific. Can you break that down a bit? What's EIF5A doing, and why is modifying it with spermidine such a big deal?
Yeah, absolutely. So imagine EIF5A as maybe a central conductor in the cell's orchestra.
Okay.
Hypusination is like spermidine putting a very specific, unique tag onto EIF5A. This tag then lets EIF5A activate pathways that are critical for managing stress and promoting survival, especially when nutrients are scarce, like during fasting.
Ah, so it's like a specific activation step needed during hard times.
Exactly, and they call this the polyamine hypusination axis. It seems to act as this conserved metabolic control hub. That conserved part means it's a fundamental ancient biological thing preserved across different forms of life, governing how bodies respond to not having enough nutrients.
Wow. So if this axis is so vital, what happens if you try to fast but you block the spermidine production? Do the benefits disappear?
That's exactly what they tested. And the results were, pretty striking. When they blocked the body's ability to make spermidine either genetically or using a drug, DFMO, which inhibits spermidine synthesis specifically, the benefits of fasting, those big ones like extended lifespan, better heart health, even reduced arthritis in the models they used, they were largely lost.
Lost, completely.
Largely lost across all the species they tested, from the yeast all the way up to mice. It strongly suggests that spermidine, and particularly its role in hypusinating EIF5A, is absolutely vital for these anti-aging and health effects of fasting.
That's powerful. So spermidine isn't just like along for the ride, it's mediating the effect. But
Yeah,
does this mean we could potentially just, take spermidine supplements or eat spermidine-rich foods and get the same benefits without fasting? Or is it more complicated?
that is a fantastic question.
Yeah.
And it really points to where the research needs to go next.
Yeah.
Because while the study clearly highlights this crucial pathway involving spermidine,
Mm-hmm.
the exact biochemical signals, the things that actually connect nutrient status to spermidine synthesis, those are still largely, well, elusive. We know fasting increases it, but how the body senses the fasting and then tells the cells, okay, make more spermidine, that upstream signaling is still a bit of a mystery.
Ah, okay. So there's still a black box there.
There is. It hints at a deeper, really finely tuned biological response. So just supplementing spermidine might offer some benefits. Other research suggests it can, but it probably wouldn't fully replicate the whole complex signaling cascade that actual fasting triggers. Understanding those upstream signals, that's kind of the next big step.
And that's our deep dive into this fascinating link between fasting, spermidine, and longevity. This research, it really reshapes our understanding, suggesting spermidine acts as this crucial molecular bridge between nutrient scarcity and the body's ability to repair and rejuvenate. For you, the listener, maybe it makes you wonder, as we keep uncovering these intricate cellular secrets, how might this knowledge guide us towards, more targeted ways to support healthier aging down the road? Remember to like this video and subscribe to the Sands of Science Experience for more exciting explorations into the latest in science. Thanks for joining us.